Hello everyone. Welcome to our next edition of the EPL Preview Show. This will be game week 12 of the English Premier League of this new season, the COVID affected season it is, and we are having a full on 10 games this weekend, 20 teams, all 20 teams performing. So let's get straight into the action with our first game on Friday, that is in some time. It's Leeds United playing at home to West Ham United. So both teams are coming up after big losses against last week. West Ham United losing against Manchester United 3-1 and Leeds United losing 3-1 against Chelsea. Now we can say both had tough games, but comparing how both teams have done so far, they have been pretty impressive. And this game will be a one to watch with the shows with the likes of Patrick Bamford from Leeds United, Rodrigo and Rafinha playing in the midfield for them versus West Ham United's Thomas Soucek and Sebastian Haller up front. So this is a tough game to call. So for that reason, this will be an open game, I believe. Leeds United will be on the front foot. Marcelo Bielsa has already said his starting 11 a couple of days ago in a press conference. So West Ham United are prepared, they know who's going to start for Leeds United. And if there are proper preparations and how they make the arrangements for this, they can come out with a result. But considering how strong Leeds United are and how attacking they play this whole season they have, so I'm going with a 1-1 or a high-scoring 2-2 draw. I can see the points being shared here. It'll be not good result for Leeds United considering they're losing points at home, but the most I can see is a draw in this game. Next up, we have the fixtures on Saturday, with the first game being Wolves versus Aston Villa. Now, Wolves, they have some good news. Raul Jimenez was on the training ground after that concussion he got against Arsenal a couple of weeks back. So that's some good news. He's on his feet. He interacted with his teammates and the coach, and from which we can see from training pics here. So Wolves playing home to Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they haven't been, after a good start of the season, they're not getting the results. They are getting losses after loss. And this might be another loss here. Wolves might get this sneak through. They'll win 2-1. I can see Adama Traore on the score sheet and Pedro Neto with Daniel Podence running the show in the midfield for Wolves here. So this will be 3 easy points for Wolves. So I'm going for 3 points for Wolves here. Next up on Saturday, we have the next game, Newcastle United playing at home to West Bromwich Albion. Now Newcastle United, this is a big game. This is the type of game, they will be wanting to get the 3 points off here. Because this is the West Bromwich Albion, they are the teams to be finishing the bottom half of the table. So if you get 3 points done, they are pretty well set, get 3 points against the smaller teams and then you can struggle against big teams, so at least your position is not compromised, but is safe in the mid-table. So this will be the game. Newcastle will be going all over. Callum Wilson will be running the show with Jeff Hendrick. So I can see a Callum Wilson goal here, scoring for sure. And I don't see West Brom doing much here. So that's why I'm going for a 2-0 win for Newcastle United. They'll climb up the table with this game. Next up is the big game of Saturday. We have the Manchester Derby. Manchester United playing at home at Manchester City at Old Trafford. Now Man United, they haven't been so impressive at home this season at all. And now they come up against the champions from 2 years ago, Manchester City. Again, Man City will be running the show here. Pretty much possession game for Man City, and Manchester United will be playing on the counter. Manchester United in midweek, they got knocked out of the UEFA Champions League through Red Bull Leipzig, which we thought they might, they were on top of the table after 3-4 games, pretty confident going to the next games, but then losing the next 2 games, they come crashing down into the Europa League. And they need to build up on the confidence in the Premier League. They got a good win last week and building on, fighting for the top 4 now. But this is a good game. If they can get a result of this game, it will be a huge confidence booster for them for the whole season, considering they got knocked out of the Champions League. And Man City, on the other hand, they finished top of the table. They will be likely to get the job done in this game as well. And Ferran Torres, Aguero might be on the bench or the starting 11 as well. So we still need to see. But again, Man City is too hot to handle. And considering the fact, how Manchester United line up. It'll be interesting to see how they line up. If Paul Pogba starts, I know there's been a lot of news about Paul Pogba and his agent. They're talking a lot of stuff, that might affect the Manchester United's performance over there. But this is a tough one to call, but I'm going with a Man City win, 3-1 Man City win. Kevin De Bruyne might assist or go score in this game. Other than that, I can see Bernardo Silva and Ferran Torres doing some damages on the wing for Man City. So let's see if Manchester United can get something out of this game, but I'm going for a Man City 3-1 win. The last game for Saturday, we have Everton playing at home to Chelsea. Everton, they have been likely in the last 2-3 weeks, they've kind of calmed down after a good start of the season. But Calvert-Lewin, he's been banging goals once every 2 weeks, I can say. So this is a tough game. Let's see if they can counter a strong resurgent Chelsea side here. They are making the case for a title challenge this season, and they come up against a tricky away game to Everton. So if Everton can do something here, they can run the engine here between James Rodriguez, Doucouré, and Calvert-Lewin. If those three, set up, make the run going, it can be difficult with Chelsea. But also the past week we have seen, however it is, Chelsea are trying to get results as much as they can, especially against big teams. They're getting draws and getting 1 point. That's more than enough. If you get points against big teams and then get the job done against small teams, you're always going to be in the top 4 and fighting for the title. This is a tough one to call. I'm leaning more towards a Chelsea win, but I can see Everton, scraping through. So for that reason, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I can see Ben Chilwell running the wings for Chelsea and doing some damage. But other than that, depends on who Chelsea start. If they start Olivier Giroud, who has been really impressive in the last 2 weeks, they can do something there. And Everton, it will be great if they can get a point here, that can build up on their confidence and they can build on the season in the coming games. So for my part, I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Everton and Chelsea. Next up, we have the last 4 games on Sunday. The first one being Southampton playing at home to Sheffield United. Now, Southampton, they have been pretty decent. Like, they have been performing like they perform every season, trying to finish in the top 10 or, being around that region. And they face Sheffield United, who have been pretty bad so far this season. They are the likely contenders of getting relegated, the way they have been playing. No confidence, no pressure, there's nothing working at all for Sheffield United at this moment. And they come against Southampton at home, who are running high on Westergaard, Jan Bednarek and the back. And then Danny Ings is back. He scored last week a penalty, along with Che Adams and Jamie Ward-Prowse. So this might be an easy win for Southampton. I'm going 3-0 win. Danny Ings is back. He's going to score again. And I can see probably Theo Walcott, if he gets the nod, he can be on the assist sheet as well. And then Ward-Prowse will be somewhere, running the show in the midfield for Southampton. Next up, we have Leicester City playing at home to Brighton. Again, not a tough game to call, but I can see Jamie Vardy was rested for the Europa League game today. So I can see him scoring again. It's at home. So I'm going with a 2-0 win for Leicester City. Brighton might give a scare 1 or 2, but I don't see them getting a result here, So Leicester City, they were disappointing last week, I can say. Leicester City, no, actually they won against Sheffield United against 2-1, my bad. So, but this one they'll scrape through again and get the 3 points done. Next up we have is Crystal Palace at home to Tottenham Hotspur. It's a London derby. Tottenham Hotspurs, top of the table, they are running the show. Mourinho is getting Tottenham they're making some sounds, of early title challenge, but it's still 8 more games until halfway of the season. And this will be an easy game. 2-1 win for Tottenham, I'm going. Harry Kane and Son again on the, partnership. Their chemistry has been top-notch so far this season. So I can see them, combining again. I'm not sure who'll score, but someone will score among those two. And then we have Lucas Moura. He might not get a start, but Bergwijn and then Højbjerg, who has been an engine in the midfield for Spurs and Mourinho this season. So I can see them getting 3 points again against Crystal Palace. 2-1 win for Tottenham Hotspur here. Next up, another easy game. Fulham plays at home to Liverpool. easy game for Liverpool here. And they might run the show. They might score 3-4 goals. They might run riot against Fulham, who are one of the relegation contenders, as I've been saying week in, week out here. You know, it can get bad unless, you know, they can give a fight here, Fulham. So 3-0, 4-0 wins. Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Diogo Jota, and Roberto Firmino. If you have those front four, there's no stopping you, you know, scoring goals after goals, especially coming up against Fulham. So easy win, might be a crazy win, but I'm going with Liverpool win here. And then we have a last game of the game week. Arsenal playing at home to Burnley. Arsenal, so they are 15th in the table. They really need a win to, you know, get the season running back in the Premier League. They have been doing okay in the Europa League. They have won 6 out of 6, but then Premier League is the main one. They have to, you know, get back and, you know, get back in the top 6 fight or the top 4 fight. And this is a perfect game for them, you know, to show what they're capable of in the coming weeks. And they can, Aubameyang, who hasn't been scoring the last probably 1 or 2 months, I can say, he needs to get back on the score sheet for Arsenal. Arsenal, you know, they need some creativity in the middle. They are hardly creating chances, which is another reason they have been suffering a lot in front of goal. So they come up against Burnley, who have been pretty solid. They got a draw last week, but let's see how they set up. They might go pretty defensive, you know. It'll be difficult for Arsenal to break Burnley apart here. But if they get one goal, you know, if they get one goal and, you know, the midfield and the defense will open up, Burnley will try to attack as well. So that will bring, you know, more opportunities for Arsenal to get more goals. So the main key is getting the first goal in the game for Arsenal. If they get it going, you know, the game will open up, and then, you know, that's how you can explore and get more goals and get the job done, get 3 points, get your season running again, and climb up the table. So it's the most important game for Arsenal. They have a couple easy games until the big one against Chelsea around Boxing Day. So let's see if Arsenal get the job done. I'm banking on them. So I'm going with a 2-0, 3-0 win for Arsenal. Clean sheet, I can say. Gabriel, who has been the star performer so far this season, hopefully gets a clean sheet. And Arsenal get the 3 points and they can climb up the table. Other than that, I can see we are having some midweek matches as well after the game weekends, because it's a busy festive period coming up. The midweek matches, and then we'll have some Christmas bonanza extravaganza coming up for the English Premier League, as you know. So these are my predictions for the games this weekend, game week 12. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys think some predictions of mine do not look right, and what do you guys think? If your teams, you know, if you support some teams, they can, you know, do a shocker in some of the games I mentioned. And you can please mention about some players, you know, who do you think are doing pretty good so far and you would like to see more, and which players are going to develop pretty good in the coming weeks as well. So until then, I'll be back midweek to talk about the midweek fixtures, which are the Premier League fixtures. Until then, have a great game week, and then hopefully you like my predictions. And please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos and more opinions from my side for the English Premier League. Until then, have a good weekend. Take care, guys.